Welcome to Red V TV as we continue our build up to the 2023 Super League season. We better get straight into it, Kev, because we won't be 19 forever.
Very good.
Our number 19.
It's James Bell, and James Bell is proudly sponsored by iLife Travel. iLife Travel, totally independent travel agent specialising in unique and high quality travel around the world.
Absolutely. Best prices, best holidays. As an independent travel agent, they have no allegiance to any one supplier and are able to scour the world of travel to offer you the best possible holiday for your budget. So just imagine that you have walked into a high street travel agent and are chatting to a friendly, knowledgeable assistant who just wants to help. That's them, but online. i-lifetravel.co.uk.
Very nice.
We've definitely missed our calling in life to be the local jingle people, Kev.
Not sure about that, but yeah, very good.
Mr. Bell, how many appearances do you think he made last season, Kev?
A dozen? 10 to
16?
a dozen?
16?
Oh, okay.
Now, that is more than I thought he'd made, to be perfectly honest. He seemed to go under the radar a little bit during the year. I thought he struggled to get into the team and stay in the team. But when he did play, his cameos were very good. It's an odd one. And a player who comes into the season with a question mark over him and still, I'm sure for himself, a lot he wants to prove.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I'm just looking. Did he make his debut on Good Friday?
Yes.
And he did 80 minutes as well? Or as good as?
He must have essentially stayed in the squad for the majority of the year.
Yeah, I just remember because he wasn't getting a chance. And that's something that he's obviously going to be looking for this year. I like James Bell as a player. I think he's a really clever player. I think he's a good link player when he gets a chance in the back row, or more often than not at 13. But obviously he's got Morgan Knowles in front of him, which you're not going to leave Morgan Knowles out, are you? But yeah, I think sometimes you think he's missed more games because he misses the big ones as well. So he's unlucky to miss out on the grand final 17-man squad. Obviously, with Will Hopoate coming back in, they went with that rather than having probably James Bell on the bench, I'd have thought. But yeah, he's a bit of an enigma, isn't he? That he's a great player, but just for some reason not getting consistently into that 17-man squad. And that's probably down to the form of the player that we're going to do tomorrow, as well as a couple of others who might just fit a position a little bit better. Yeah.
Out of his appearances last season, 10 of those came from the bench, which it's sometimes a little bit odd when you say how many appearances a player made, but if you're only doing a 10 or 15 minute cameo off the bench, it doesn't really add up so much. But as you say, when he does play, he impresses. He's got great hands, a very clever player.
Yeah, that's it. He's almost halfback-esque, but with the toughness of a forward as well. That's it. It's weird because he was a great player for League when he was over there, and he's shown it for us. I think in Percy's testimonial the other night, I thought he was great then as well. He just looked like he's got that link-up play, and he needs a little bit of luck on his side to break into that first 17 and stay there. But there's no reason why he can't. He's such a talented player, and you kind of want to see a little bit more from him. But I'm not entirely sure because we don't see the inner workings of training or anything like that. I'm not entirely sure what more he can do. Sorry, Dave, I can't hear a word you're saying.
Well, funnily enough, I did say, does he go under the radar a little bit because he's a bit of a quiet type? That wasn't deliberate.
Possibly, mate. Possibly. That's it. I think obviously when he comes in, he does stand out to some extent because you're looking for him. You're looking at what he can do. But that's it. Listen, he seems to have a personality about him. He's not shy on getting on the guitar and belting out a song as well, as was seen at the end of the season. The players do. So whether he's quiet or not, I'm not sure. He might just like doing his talking actually on the field, and he might actually be vocal for all I know. You just kind of, I think in any other squad, and I mean that, any other squad in the league, he'd be in the first 17 every single week, potentially starting. Because I genuinely think he's that good.
He is. I hope. I don't know how Mr. Wellens is going to approach it. Christian didn't like to rotate too much.
Mm-hmm.
I think he went with the policy of once you've got a shirt, it's yours to lose a little bit. I'd like to see us. We've got such a good squad this year, to give players like James Bell more minutes. Because listen, it's not a case of can you trust him? Absolutely, you can trust him 100% to do a job. Listen, if James Bell would have been selected in the grand final team 17, no one would have had an issue with it. So hopefully he'll get some good minutes this year.
Yeah, that's it. If anything, I felt sorry for him that he'd missed out on the 17. I thought he was unlucky to. Yeah, that's it. Fingers crossed he does get that opportunity. And you mentioned about us rotating. I can see early in the season rotation being a big thing because we've got that trip over to Australia. We've mentioned it before. I think once you've done that, you've got to give guys a chance to get the fitness, but also maintain that fitness. It's all very well being match sharp, but if you've got little niggles, if you've got little injuries, we've got the squad there that can deal with that.
Okay, Kev. Little bit of trivia before we finish. How many Bells have played for St. Helens?
3.
1.
Oh, wow.
James is the first Bell to play for St. Helens. The only other one who has ever been at the club was Bob Bell in the 1940s, but never made an appearance.
Good stats.
Saints Heritage Society. Fount of all knowledge, as always. The guys over there do a really good job. Probably unique in rugby league, I'd say, pretty much for what they provide, that service. Saints.org.uk. We'll give them a plug while we're here. Done and dusted, Kev?
Yep.
On to tomorrow. Catch you soon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.